When my rude girl, them who support me. We gon' match up them man in the party. We gon' make them ball out for mercy.
What's up, YouTube? It is your girl, JBK Syndicate. I am back for the new season and the new episode of Love After Lockup. Season 5, episode 13. Love is a powerful drug. We definitely do have some new people now that are in this show. Well, not new people, but they've been here before. We have Kyrock and Britney, of course, Melissa and Louie, Aris and Cameron, Joomi and Red. We also have Quaylin and I think Shanita and Taylor and Chance. And they're all in this episode. I'm not going to talk about Montana Mills because they're not in this episode, so we're not even going to discuss them, but they are in this episode. And then I think 2 other people that we haven't seen yet. So what we're going to do with this review today is I'm going to go from couple to couple instead of from scene to scene, because I just think it's a little bit more better that way. So let's start it off with Kyrock and Britney. Kyrock and Britney, Kyrock is at his mom's house, of course. He's talking to her outside. He is telling her that he wants to get married to Britney. His mother is ecstatic, and she goes upstairs and gives Kyrock this nice ass, I think, family ring. It's definitely a family heirloom. She said that it was passed down from his grandmother or his great grandmother. So she wants him to take it now and give it to Britney, because she said that she would give this ring to one of her children whenever they decide to get married.
This is the ring that I want you to give it to her when you propose.
Married. So Kyrock is the first, so she's giving him the ring. It was a very nice ring. It was a very touching moment. My girlfriend was a little bit teary. She was like, that's so sweet that the mom supports Kyrock 100%, because not a lot of parents support LGBT members. Not a lot of parents understand the transgender community. So it's really great to see that he has such a great relationship with his mother, and his mother supports him 100%. So I really love it. Him and Britney are on the bed. In a later scene, he's putting on her shoes and he's saying that he's going to take her horseback riding. Britney is like, I've never been horseback riding. They get in the car, they driving, and then they start getting into this like serious conversation about Britney's dad. Come to find out, Britney's dad, he was assaulted, or he was jumped by 7 black men, and Kyrock thinks that that might be a reason why her father doesn't want to meet him. Britney is very irritated by it. She doesn't want to hear that.
Saying that, I just know that when you told me that, it did have me think sometimes, like...
Stop, because I'm not doing it anymore.
She really doesn't want to put out that narrative that her father might be racist. She says that the main reason why she thinks her father doesn't want to meet Kyrock is because he's trans. So then Kyrock is like, well, now we know the real answer. He doesn't like trans people. And she's like, no, he will come around. He will come around.
He doesn't want to meet you probably because you're trans.
All right, then. There we go. That's the truth.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I mean, I'm telling you.
Kyrock is still pushing the issue that maybe her father might be a bit racist. He might have a little animosity towards black people. And I totally understand like how that type of situation could make someone feel a type of way towards another race. But I don't think like because a certain amount of people did something to you that everybody now is bad. I think that's a very dumb way of thinking, that if someone of this race hurts you, then everyone of that race is bad. That's so fucked up and stupid to me. Also, I feel that the reason why Britney was trying to stop Kyrock from saying that is because, hello, they're on TV with millions of people, and millions of people are going to see this. And I know she probably doesn't want that blowback going back on her family, and then her family being attacked for being racist. So I can see why she was trying to stop Kyrock from spinning that narrative that maybe her family could possibly not like black people. So yeah, Kyrock and Britney, they end up driving to this skydiving place. The one thing that I really was a little bit confused of with Britney is, bitch, you've been in the car with Kyrock this whole entire time. Y'all pull up right next to the fucking sign. So how the fuck you didn't know that you was going skydiving, bitch? Because I would have been looking all over my surroundings to make sure where the fuck I'm at, so in case anything happened, I could tell the police. The fact that she didn't see that big ass yellow sign that says skydiving right there, it's fucking wild to me. Then she goes upstairs with Kyrock, and the lady's like, oh, do you want to, y'all ready? Are y'all here for jumping? She's like, no, we're here for horseback riding. Bitch, do you see any horses? Do you see any stables? Do you smell horse shit? Like, dude, like I was like, where's your surroundings? How you're not like aware of where you at? I don't know if like she was just trying to act dumb, or she was just trying to act like she didn't see it. But come on, we all saw that it was a skydiving you was going skydiving, and her and Kyrock, they're sitting down signing their waivers, their papers, and she's telling Kyrock, like, if I'm going to do this, like, you gotta marry me now. Like, I'm not doing this unless you are going to marry me. And Kyrock's like, yeah, I'm going to marry you. Just sign the shit and everything. Mind you, Kyrock is planning on proposing to Britney after this skydiving event. And he's fucking nervous. That nigga is sweating bullets. Like, he's sweating. She keeps mentioning, oh, are you going to marry me? And Kyrock is like trying his best not to look like she caught him, because she kept mentioning marriage or if he's going to propose to her today. And it kind of felt like she kind of felt it to me. Kyrock goes outside, and he has Britney's phone. He then calls her abuela. He calls her abuela. There you go. That's how you say it. He called her abuela, and he's asking for her blessing so he can ask Britney's hand in marriage. He goes on Google and tries to translate, and he ends up fucking up. I think he ends up fucking up a little bit.
Contigo, Britney. Sí, so yo necesito dos bendiciones.
And the grandmother's there looking like, you despise my granddaughter? He's like, yes, see. I know that she probably knew. She's like, he probably just asking for my daughter. And she gave him her blessing, and he was happy, and he went back inside, and they were ready to go and get on the plane. They're outside in front of the plane. He's boosting her up, letting her know, like, you got this. Just get on the plane. We got this. And then they get on the plane, and the plane starts going up. And that's where we are done with Kyrock and Britney for this episode. Okay. So I want to tackle Melissa and Louie. One thing is, I don't like Melissa. Melissa really made me stop liking her when episode 10 came out. And then throughout episode 13, this bitch, I could not stand her. After this episode, I started calling her honk nose Melissa, because that bitch nose is big as shit. And you can tell, and then if you see in one of the scenes, it looked like that bitch got Botox, and that shit looked like it was botched anyway. So Louie's here trying to do all this for a botched bitch. I don't understand. A botched bitch that basically feels like she should have some type of say, or that she's so high up in standards that Louie should already have such a big time job and making all this money already. It really made no sense. Louie is in a cab. He is riding to Melissa's job. He gets there, and she's at her bartending. Can we just peep one thing real quick? When I saw Melissa, when he walked in there, Didn't Melissa look like she was already courting some dude? She was like looking like she was rubbing on some dude's hand. I think that dude that she was talking to at the bar when Louie came in, she got to be fucking with him or something. Because when Louie walked in and she looked surprised, the dude looked so annoyed and like, what the fuck is going on type of thing. It really had me thinking that maybe she's out here fucking other dudes. It had me thinking that maybe she is talking to other men on Louie. Louie's there trying to, like, hey, I'm here. I'm finally here. She's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, the fuck? What do you mean? What the fuck you mean? What he doing here? Bitch, he came to New Jersey like he said he was going to do. He kept his promise. She's acting like a total bitch to him that whole entire time he was at the bar. Like she was embarrassed to be seen with him. That's really what it looked like. Like she was embarrassed to be seen with him. And he's just like, what the fuck?
You're just overreacting.
I'm over it.
Because you never plan anything. This is what happened.
Apparently, I did. I've been planning this for
You
how
should
long?
have told me.
Why
Like,
would I
you
tell
spring
you?
this stuff on me,
Why
like
would
the
I
car, the visit. Like, why wouldn't you tell me? I would have taken off of work. It's like now I have to work and you're here.
They go back. They get to her house and she puts them in the fucking guest room. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be a man that you like? So why the fuck are you putting him in a fucking guest room? She puts this dude in the fucking guest room and then she starts acting more of a bitch to him. She's cooking these dry ass spaghetti and meatballs. Mind you, the meatballs is frozen. It didn't even look like they was all the way thawed out, and she just throws it in the fucking sauce with Prego and calls it a fucking day. It looked unseasoned. It looked worse than fucking Louie's mom. A couple episodes ago, I said that Louie's mother's food looked a bit bland. I totally take that back. I would rather eat Louie's mom's food than eat fucking Melissa's food. That shit looked dry as fuck. Drier than a heel in the Sahara Desert. That's how fucking dry that shit was. I couldn't believe that this nigga came home and that's what you give him was some pre-cooked ass spaghetti and meatballs. They're in the kitchen talking. And once again, Melissa is bringing up Louie's mother.
I mean, listen, obviously we're both not happy.
But I think you're happy.
How
in
am I
Georgia.
happy? In Georgia, living with my mom. Yeah, that makes me real happy.
I think it does.
Honestly.
Because your mom basically waits on you.
Why is everything always about her? It has nothing to do with her.
And you're...
She keeps bringing up his mother over and over and over throughout the episodes, telling him that he needs to step up, he needs to do this. But my main thing that I had such an issue with Melissa about is, why the fuck are you on this man so hard? This man just got out of jail. He was able to get a job at the pizzeria. He's making decent money that he was able to buy himself a car to get around. He's taking care of what he has to do. He just got his teeth fixed. And then probably he finally got cleared to come to New Jersey. And then he picks his ass up and flies to New Jersey to come be with you like you've been hounding him to do. You then start to talk about, you then start down talking on the job that he has. You should be happy that he has a job in the first place. He has a job, period. He's got a job and he's making money. You should be happy with that. He came to New Jersey. Now he can try and see if he can make more money. But the fact that I felt that she was expecting this motherfucker to come to New Jersey with a fully well-established 6-figure job or something, it was fucking ridiculous to me. I couldn't fucking stand her throughout this episode because I kept saying that she's a fucking bitch. Like, and stressful. That's such a stressful woman to deal with, that you just got out of jail and she keeps pushing you to do better. She like, you live with your mom. He had no choice. Wasn't he was on parole. His mother's place is where they have to check in on him and make sure that he's there. He has a job. He's able to make money. He has a car. You shitted on that shit. You shitted on the fact that he got his teeth fixed. You was shitting on everything.
That when you come here, I'm going to be your mom.
You're right.
So do something.
Okay.
Do one thing.
I did. I made a decision to come up.
You kept asking him to do all these things and step up, and he's doing it gradually, and it's still not enough for you. So it's like, what the fuck more do you want, bitch? Bitch, what the fuck more do you want? If I'm Louie, I'm fucking out. Like, I will go back home. What the fuck am I going staying in Jersey for if I'm going to be with a woman that I can't even breathe for 5 minutes without her saying, when you going to get a better job? When you going to get a better job? When you going to get a better job? It's like, yo, can you fucking chill? She was so fucking annoying to the point that Louie literally didn't even eat the fucking dry ass food. And I'm happy because that shit probably would have made him fucking constipated. That shit was so dry. It looked like it would block up everything in that nigga colon if she would have gave him that shit. And so I'm happy he didn't eat it. And she threw it out and then once again mentions his mother again. Oh, his mother throwing out the food. I bet he won't throw out his mother's food. It's so crazy that she's so adamant on this, on old boy. It's wild. That is the last scene that we do have with Louie and Melissa. Honk knows Melissa. She's fucking annoying. So then we get to Aris and Cameron. Aris and Cameron, they are from season 4. I watched all of season 4, so I'm very familiar with them. Aris is literally a couple weeks away from giving birth to their baby girl, Charlie. And she's upstairs packing, and come to find out, the building that she's living in, they are evicting her because they found out that her husband is a felon.
Is saying that I have to move.
We actually got a real busy day. You still supposed to be going to look at houses, ain't you?
Yes. Because of Cameron's status as a felon, you know, the HOA doesn't want him living in the community.
Felon is a ex-felon, and I guess he's not allowed to. Felons are not allowed to live there, so they're kicking them out. And it's fucked up because they're kicking out a pregnant woman and her child and everything, and that's really fucked up. The fact that it's really hard for a lot of ex-convicts when they get out of jail, that even finding a place to live is hard. That people don't even want you in their apartment complex because of the things that you did in your past, and now you're trying to move forward in your life, and you have to go through all these hoops and hurdles to find a place to stay. That's kind of weird. That's kind of fucked up. She's called Cameron upstairs. Cameron goes upstairs and she's telling him that he has to set up for movers and everything. He's just like, shit, more money to be spent. And she's like, yeah, I know, but we have to go and start looking for a house for us to be able to move in and have this baby and live comfortably. Cameron is a little iffy about it. He knows that there's not a lot of money, and he also wants to go out and do his rap career. He wants to go back and start doing rapping, and he wants to go on tour. They're in the car, and they get to this RV place, and Cameron's like, hey babe, what do you think about this? We can move in and have an RV and be mobile, and I can be there more often and travel around with you guys and everything. Aris is not hearing that shit. Aris is like, why?
I want to do this when we get old.
It's gonna save us money in the long run. I promise it's gonna save us money in the long run. I promise. Let's just look at it.
Okay, all right, fine. I don't know what's going on right now. We're not buying.
Like, why the fuck do I want to live in a fucking RV? I'm about to have a baby. What the fuck? How the fuck am I going to be walking around with a baby in an RV and you're not going to be here? I totally understood where she was coming from, but I also understood where Cameron was coming from. A lot of people are doing RV nowadays. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is like the RV capital of the fucking world, for real. Like, everyone is RVing out here. It's just really crazy that rent has gotten so high that a lot of people are buying mobile homes now because it's much cheaper and it's much more convenient. So I understand from his perspective, this saves us money, but also we can travel around all over the place and we don't have to worry about rent and all that. But also, Aris is worried about the maintenance that's going to take to keep up the RV as well. But also, I can see another part of why she doesn't want to get this RV, because he's going to be going on the road. He's going to be gone. She's going to be stuck in the RV with her newborn baby and her child, and Cameron's not going to be there. So it is a little bit dangerous that she's just going to be in an RV by herself while he's on the road doing him, having fun. And she's going to be taking care of a newborn baby without him. I think that this is Cameron's first child. So I feel like wants him to step up and be a father first before he goes back out on the road and try to be a rapper. But like she said, she knew what she was getting herself into when she started talking to Cameron and knew that he was going to try to get back to being a rapper. So yeah, that's all of the scenes that we have with Cameron and Aris. Let's go to. I'm trying to remember their names. So, Chevelle and Quaan. To be honest, I do not know a lot about this couple. I'm not familiar with this couple. I think maybe they were in maybe season 2 or season 3. I'm not too sure. I did get a bit of a backstory from my girlfriend who watched that season, and she told me that Quaan was doing this bitch dirty, that he was cheating on her, just all types of shit. His mother doesn't like her, and Chevelle's mother doesn't like Quaan or his mother, and it's a big mess that's going on. He wants to marry her. They were separated for a year and then they got back together and then he proposed to her. So now we're here where they're at the wedding reception. And not the wedding reception, but they're looking at the place where they're going to be doing their wedding. And Chevelle and her mother are there. They're talking about the situation, about the marriage. Chevelle's mom was like, "You sure you want to marry Quaan?" and everything. Her mother does a little confessional how she feels that Quaan is not a good dude.
For like 7 years, on and off, but they're more off than on. I want her to be happily married with the person that loves her, can provide for her.
Dude, he's hurt her daughter many times, and she's not gonna pay a fucking thing for that wedding. So don't even ask her. Her ass is just gonna be there. Quaan and his mother pulls up. And they went into the wedding area, and they're walking around a bit. They meet with the wedding planner, and all hell breaks loose. After the wedding planner said that the whole wedding was going to cost $25,000, which is very fucking cheap. Where's that bitch at? Because I'm probably gonna ask that bitch to find me a place. $25,000 for a wedding is really cheap, and the mothers start going off on each other. The mother's like, "I'm going to be here. I'm not paying for shit." Quayla's mother is like, "Bitch, ain't nobody asked you, bitch. You not going to pay for shit? Well, fuck this shit, that shit." They're arguing this way. They're arguing. And Quaan is pulling back his mother. Chevelle's pulling back her mother. And all types of bullshit happening. And that is all of the scenes that we have with Quaan and Chevelle. Okay? Finally, in this episode, we have Biggie 1, Biggie 2. Wide belly and long belly. Joomi and Red. Joomi is wide belly. Red is long belly. Joomi's belly goes around in a circle. Red's belly hits to the floor. So that's why they're wide belly and long belly. They are in the car riding. They now reach Texas. They are driving a bit through Texas and they're going to stop for the night and take a break. Joomi finds this, I think, this stagecoach looking place that's like an Airbnb / hotel. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was very interesting. Even my girl was like, "Yo, we should do something like that." And I was like, "Yeah, I agree." But they big ass get into the fucking stagecoach. The only thing I could think in my head was, please, God, do not let this stagecoach break and roll backwards and kill somebody. That's all I kept thinking. Please don't, because it felt like all that weight that was in that little stagecoach hotel thing, I felt like all that weight would have broke something and that shit would have gone rolling down the fucking hill. So they're in the hotel, they spent the night, They have sex, of course. Just two bellies rubbing against each other, belly to belly. And Red's big ass goes outside to then call pasty ass Julie again. Didn't you say in the last episode, nigga, that Julie's pussy was whack? So why are you calling this bitch again? I thought after you got pussy, that would been it. She sends his ass straight to voicemail. I'm just like, why are you're with Joy, but you're still calling Julie, saying that you told the producers that you're not gonna be fucking with Julie no more, but yet you're still calling the bitch. Like, what's wrong with you?
That would be my big fat ass.
Why are you outside the door doing that shit? They're in some Joy and Red. They go to I think, what is it? It was like a little like arcade / like little area somewhere in Texas where they're shooting shit, playing with each other, doing all that, having fun. And it's called the Big Texas. It's a little fun area with a bar and all types of shit. This crazy shit, oh my fucking God. Wait till y'all hear this shit. Red pulls Joynobi to the side and he says, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. He gets down on one knee and he pulls out the most cheapest plastic ring I've ever seen. And he says, will you marry me? Joynobi, because her big ass or her chin is just fucking shaking and everything. She's just like, oh my God, yes. Yes, Red, I'll marry you. And he's there trying to literally squeeze that fucking ring on that bitch finger. I was actually a little bit shocked that it actually kind of fit, but then when you saw the ring, it looked like the fat was literally squeezing around the fucking ring, and it looked like the finger needed to breathe. And we get a little cutaway scene where he's buying the ring. The ring costs $31.39. $31.39. Not $3,139, because he don't got no fucking money. $31.39. Like some shit that you can get off Claire's. Shit you could get off Claire's. Shit you could get from your local beauty supply store. That's what it looked like. A beauty supply ring. That's what he gave, a beauty supply store ring. And she's over the moon. She's over the moon. She's over the burger. Like, she's fucking ecstatic that Red has proposed to her. And Red gives her a hug, and he's literally looking like, damn, I'm about to marry her. She don't even know I was fucking another bitch. And I'm just like, I'm disgusted. Because I'm just like, yo, that bitch finger is going to turn green. She's going to take a shower with that shit. That shit is probably going to break and disintegrate in the next couple of weeks because it looks so fucking cheap. It was the cheapest fucking ring I've ever seen. And that is all of the scenes that we have with Wide Belly and Long Belly. Finally, cause I said finally, but I forgot one person. Taylor and Chance. Oh God, like I can't fucking stand Chance for nothing. I really can't stand them. I can't stand them. Chance and Taylor, they're in the car. They're riding to a client. Taylor does epoxy tables as a business, and she's in the business with Chance. I think Chance maybe is the one that gets he gets the wood and he cuts out the wood for her, and then she does her thing and decorates it. She is literally in the car telling this fucking man, please do not talk to the client about redoing anything in their house. Do not talk about redoing their floors. Do not talk about doing drywall. Do not talk about pulling things out of their house and fixing it. We are just here to sell this table. And he's just like, all right. They walk in the lady's house. Things is going good. He's asking her, how big does she want the table? Where does she want the table? He tells her what style, what type of wood is going to be used for the table. And then he does dumb shit. While Taylor is talking to the client, he interrupts and says, can I check your kitchen?
Do you mind if I look around the kitchen and stuff? Okay.
Okay, so here's kind of like the gist of colors that you can kind of choose from.
Walking all around this woman's kitchen, looking at her floors. He sees her drywall. Then when he sees her drywall, he's like, oh, do you want me to fix your drywall? I can fix that for you. Lady says, I didn't think I was getting a repair done to my home. And he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck at all. Literally, he didn't respect Taylor not one bit. He literally went against what the fuck she said. She told him don't do that, and he still did it anyway, showing that he doesn't give a fuck what the fuck she says. He's going to do what the fuck he wants. I don't like Chance. I think Chance is a bitch ass nigga. I don't like him one bit. I don't know how that woman had so many kids with him and still staying. I couldn't stay with a man like that. I don't got time to be dealing with niggas that don't respect and listen. You need to listen at least 95% of the time. He listens to her at least 15% of the time. That's a big difference. So he gets out, he walks out, he walks to his car. He gets a call from somebody. Apparently this is somebody that he was in jail with, that he did a business with, and it went sour, and he now owes them money. The person is threatening his dumb ass on the phone. I want my money. I want it. And the person says that they want double, that they want $1,000 now. So you owed someone $500 this whole entire time. You owed the guy $500 and didn't give it to him. But yet you're out gambling all the fucking time and drinking. Gambling and drinking can come up to $500. But no, he's out here spending all his money at the fucking casino. The dude says, I want $1,000. He says, well, I can't come up with that. You can't come up with $1,000, sir? You better be selling some Pampers or shit. I heard that's exclusive money. So with everything that's going on, he then goes in his confessional and says, I'm not going to tell Taylor what's happening. I know I said that I was going to tell her the truth about everything, but I can't tell her this. I don't want my past coming back and hurting my family. Well, if you don't tell the bitch is gonna be even more mad. What the fuck is the difference? You might as well just tell your wife that that someone from your past is threatening you for money, and you need to come up with this money or shit's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure Taylor would have been shocked. I'm pretty sure she would have been scared, but I'm pretty sure she would appreciate that you told her that, so that she knows that what next steps to do. Like, Chance is a bitch ass nigga. I can't stand him. He's really going to put his family in danger and not tell his wife what the fuck is happening, just leaving her completely blindsided. And that's all the scenes that we have with Taylor and Chance. We are going to, next week, Montana Mills, and I think somebody else we're going to be seeing them next episode. I do appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
Big thing, small thing, I'm winding up on all thing. Short thing, tall thing, I'm winding up on all thing. And it's thing.